Today I want to talk about 10 different business principles that I believe most billion-dollar companies have. And as you and I both know, one of the best ways to become successful is to study success. And one of the first principles I want to talk about is this idea that product market fit. That's really principle number one, product market fit. One of my favorite sayings is that if you have to sell, it's because you don't know how to market. And if you have to market, it's because you don't know how to create products that a lot of people want. And the underlying principle behind all the biggest companies in the world is that they create products that have insane product market fit. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree, bro. Can't sell ice to a fucking Eskimo at the end of the day, right? So you gotta figure out what the does the Eskimo want. He probably wants a fire. So we need to create a fire, which is a product market fit for the Eskimo. As much as I market the ice to the Eskimo, I'm never gonna be able to sell it. So why am I spending all my time and money trying to sell to the Eskimo some ice? Instead, I could just put a little fire pit outside without having to sell anything. He'll walk up to it himself. He'll say, how much is this fire pit? I'd like to have one myself.
Boom. And I think the lesson here though is the bigger the product market fit, obviously the bigger your company is gonna be. Pretty much everyone watching this video buys things on Amazon. So the product market fit for Amazon is people that buy things on the internet, that are able to buy something and get it shipped to their house. And that's pretty much everyone. And the things that they sell on Amazon are things that most people are always buying.
Yeah, let me give a huge mistake that people make here. I think it's important. You go to like your annual Thanksgiving gathering, and then your uncle's like, I have this incredible idea. And then he tells you this idea, and in the back of your head, you're like, this is a shit idea, right? But your uncle thinks it's a great idea. In your uncle's head, this is a great product market fit, right? But in today's world, we have data. So instead of sitting here and guessing and coming up with all these ideas that we may think are good product market fits just because we like them, luckily the world, Google, Amazon, all these platforms are search engines. So I can go online and try to figure out how many people are actually searching for these kinds of products so that I can go and provide the solution for the problems that they're searching for. And I know based on data what's actually a good product market fit. Otherwise, I'm just guessing based on my own experience, and there might be only 1,000 people in the world who have the same experience as I do, and that's just wasting my time.
Absolutely. I think that the reason why most people start with a niche is because it's easier to create product market fit within a very small niche, but the biggest companies in the world do it at scale. So if you can build the next Tesla where your market is literally people who buy electric cars, it's millions.
No, but that's not true. Tesla's market is people who buy cars.
Exactly, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? There was no market for electric cars.
Yeah.
Tesla created it because their actual market was people who buy cars, which is way bigger. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, which brings me to billionaire principles number 2, innovate or die.
Oh.
So I think like if you study all the most successful viral companies in the world, like OpenAI right now, what they do is they come in and create something that disrupts the market. So I'm not saying that you can't be a billionaire with a business that doesn't have innovation, like building a massive plumbing and HVAC conglomerate. There's not going to be a lot of innovation there, even though we could argue that those companies probably still leverage innovation. But aside the point, most of the biggest companies in the world that you guys love, that you guys use, that you guys buy from, what they do is they come in and create something new. This is what allows them to gain market share very rapidly and take over. So in the example of Elon Musk, the auto industry was a multi-billion-dollar industry. He came in and was able to grab so much of the market share because he innovated. He came in with a unique product. Check that out. Number 10, build world-class culture.
World-class culture, exactly, right? And so you're building world-class culture not internally only in your company, but externally to the people who are actually buying your products.
Thank you.
So like, I think that's something that's super important, right? And so for example, even in our company, we changed our name from a generic marketing company name to bad marketing, because bad marketing creates culture. Like people wanna be proud that they are following bad marketing or working with bad marketing because it's cool, it's different, it's sexy. Whereas even if we provided better results with a lame ass agency name, that name alone wouldn't create the culture that it's created today. We can throw parties and put the name bad on the wall and everyone's like, I'm bad. And they don't even work here. They're just clients or they're people who are involved in the stuff that we're doing. So I think building a world-class culture, not only inside your company.
I really like that. Team members, the people that work there, and for the people that buy.
I think people that buy are almost more important.
Interesting.
Because they become your biggest referral system.
Okay, cool. So that brings us to number 4, which is be customer obsessed. If you study Amazon, one of Jeff Bezos' #1 principles was obsess with the customer. If you can get really clear on what your customers want from you, what they hate from other competitors, and you could build a dream product and service around that thing, everything else will be a lot easier. So this idea is be obsessed. The more that you can get clear on what they want, what they don't want, what they love, what they hate, the easier it is for you to come back to number one in creating true product market fit. Do you have any examples that come to mind?
Great example. And here's the mistake I think people make is they think they know their customers, right? Just like your old uncle at Thanksgiving, right? They think they know their customers, but they don't. And the problem that we do is we're so scared sometimes to ask our customers, what do they actually want? What could be better? What is missing from what we're giving them that they wish they had that could be better? And so we had a client, for example, who came, they've been around for 5 years, they're making millions of dollars. They're like, we know what we're doing, we've done our research. Everyone wants healthier guts, and that's why they buy our product. Well, guess what? We ran a survey after someone buys the product, and we said, why did you buy the product? Was it because you wanted your gut to be better? Was it because of this? And one of them was weight loss. And 70% of people picked weight loss. So here we are, trying to sell to people about their gut health when all we had to do was just say weight loss instead of gut health. And all of a sudden, just by saying that, even though our product already does it, we've now created a better market fit for our product because that's what they actually want. We just didn't take the time to ask them.
I just saw that you crossed this off. It's fucked up.
That's because I
put an M.
I'm not qualified for the B.
It's fine. We're just talking about, this is going on YouTube, you know? You know how many teenagers there are saying, I'm going to teach you how to be a millionaire? I'm like, dog, you've never even hit 10K a month. So,
facts.
So this is how you become a billionaire. I think like my idea with this video, by the way, guys, was to look at the biggest companies in the world and to ask myself, what do I see in them? What are the principles that I see in the founders, in how they run the business, so on and so forth. All right, next up, know your numbers. I think if you look at the biggest companies in the world, how are they going to be able to run without data? Like, they're just not. You need to know all of the numbers behind how your company works, how it doesn't work, all that good stuff. I know that you guys track pretty much everything. I mean, what are some of the things that you guys track, for example, at your company?
Churn per service. So like if someone does email marketing with us, if someone does Google ads with us, does Amazon, we track them all separately. We track the churn for 2 services at once versus 3 services at once versus 1 service at once. So we came to find out, for example, that when someone right out the gate signs up for 3 services with us, they actually churn sooner. Whereas we noticed the sweet spot was 2 services. If we can get someone on 2 services, they last a lifetime with us because they're only on 2. And so what we do is that gives us time without overspending to be able to fix those 2 things that they have in their business to then gain the trust to get the 3rd and the 4th. But when our sales team just went crazy and sold them on all the things that they could get with us, their expectations were up here and we still had to learn the business. We had to do so many things to fix what was a mess already that it actually hurt us. So now we actually sell less, but we keep them for way longer because of it.
Makes sense.
That's a weird number that no one would even think about that we track.
And I think like the bigger your organization gets, the more and more these little nuances can have a big impact. 1% difference for a company doing 10K a month doesn't mean shit, but a 1% difference for a $1 billion company is millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
It's a stock swing.
So exactly, and I think that, for example, one of the things that we noticed in our company is our YouTube would just randomly grow. And we would look at the videos and we realized, wait, the data doesn't show that it's anything on YouTube. It was actually short form content driving the traffic back to YouTube that was causing these random swings in an uptick in subscribers. So what does that tell us? Go and create more short form content to drive traffic back to YouTube. But if you don't know your numbers, you can't do that.
Exactly.
We're gonna rapid fire these. Add the most value in the marketplace. So for example, if you got be better. Yeah, and I think better could look different. It could be being cheaper actually. So like if you look at like Walmart, for example, versus Target versus Costco, it's like how do they maintain the most competitive prices to essentially be better, but not necessarily being better by being the highest quality and the most expensive, although that's one of the ways to do it. I think the key is how can you deliver something faster? How can you deliver something at a higher quality? Or how can you deliver something at a lower price than everyone else? I don't know what comes to mind for you.
No,
but those are
great examples like phone accessories and phone cases. So we have a $1 billion client in that industry, right? We've opened up a brand that's meant to be the cheapest. We opened up a brand that's meant to be the most expensive. And we've opened up one in the middle that the way they win, the way they're better, the way that they add the most value is not by being the most expensive case or the most protective or the cheapest case. It's by appeasing the people who always want to change their cases. So it's by making new designs weekly. So they don't need to charge the most, they don't need to charge the least, they could be right in the middle, but because they change their designs, they come out with limited editions all the time, it gets those people to keep buying cases over and over again and they grow their business.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the key thing is how do you add the most value? And for most businesses, it comes down to being faster, being higher quality, or being cheaper than everyone else. Next up, leverage. If you study all the big billion-dollar companies, they have leverage in the form of either technology, they have leverage in the form of people, so they have thousands and thousands of people. They have leverage in the form of technology, people, capital, so money. They have a lot of money. So for example, Warren Buffett is one of the richest people in the world, and he doesn't even show up to these companies that he owns a lot of percentage in, because he has leverage in terms of capital. Media, so attention. If you have a lot of attention, it's going to be a lot easier for you to go out and accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. This is why Mr. Beast is being offered over $1 billion for his brand, because he has leverage in the form of media. Again, this is why Warren Buffett can show up, not have to go into the day-to-day operations of these businesses, yet he gets a higher return in terms of the capital invested than the amount that the CEO makes. And the CEO is the one showing up every single day because the CEO lacks leverage that Warren Buffett has. The third one is technology. So you look at OpenAI, it's literally probably one of the fastest growing. I think Microsoft just took over Apple as the company with the highest market value in the world because of the acquisition of OpenAI. And then if you look at people, you know, it's interesting. I was studying this guy. Let me pull up his name. I was literally just reading about him today. Not a lot of people know him. Tom Siebel. He's a billionaire. He sold his company to Oracle. He built another company for AI, which supposedly had a 12,000 person sales force that was going to go out and distribute this technology to all of the different places that they have these sales reps for. He ended up losing that sales force, and it turned into this massive lawsuit where all the shareholders thought he was going to have that leverage. He was going to have the leverage of essentially having 12,000 people to go out and sell this AI technology to all the people in the market. And he lost that leverage, which led to the lawsuit. So the idea is, if you have a lot of people, it makes things easier. So,
love it. That's really
all right, let's keep going. Be in a growing market. This is one of Sam Altman's favorite theories or principles, which is instead of being in a big market, it's much more important to be in a growing market. What are your thoughts on that?
Love it. I would, how we evaluate what markets we go into as an agency or what companies we buy in is specifically this. Sometimes being a big market is not a good thing because that means there may be a lot of competition in that big market as well, right? But if you're in a growing market, it's just like a stock, right? Would you rather buy the biggest company stock, or would you rather buy a stock that's down here that you know is gonna get up here? Which one would you actually rather put your money into? It's the same thing here. I'd rather be in a growing market rather than the biggest market.
I love that. All right, let's keep going. The core of a business is a great product. So I know that's kind of touching on everything we've already talked about, but that's also one of Sam Altman's favorite sayings. The core of any business that's successful is it has a great product. If your product sucks, people are gonna leave. If people leave, you're not gonna be able to increase LTV. If you don't increase LTV, you don't have a good business.
If you don't know what LTV is, it's lifetime value. It's how much is a customer gonna pay us over the course of their lifetime, right? So it might even be like, for example, an LTV, a really good LTV example is iPhone, right? Apple gets us to buy this shit every single year. So their customer isn't worth $1,500 to them. It's worth $1,500 times a new phone every year for 20 years.
How many AirPods
oh my God.
have I bought? A lot of AirPods. That's good LTV.
That's great LTV, bro. They're loving Joel Kaplan right now.
Yeah, so I'm one of their best clients. Last one is people.
One of their best clients.
The last one is people. You need to have a dream team. One of my favorite principles from Elon Musk is go find the smartest people to work on the problem you're trying to solve. You know, everything else will figure itself out. This is why Google, OpenAI, Tesla are competing for the best talent, because they know if they can attract the best people, every other problem that comes after that will be solved. Any final thoughts on that? We'll wrap it up.
I built my entire company on this dream team right here. Hire based on experience, not based on potential. You'll change your entire business forever.
All right, guys. Peace out.